On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Bud.
A small swelling on a plant stem or twig containing an undeveloped shoot.
Examples:
Pinch off a bud. Bud grafting. The flower was starting to show its bud and would soon bloom into a beautiful blossom.
Naturalism.
A philosophical belief that everything, including human behavior and cognition, can be explained solely by natural causes and laws.
Examples:
Naturalism in literature. Philosophical naturalism. The scientific method is often seen as an embodiment of naturalism, as it seeks to understand the natural world through observation and experimentation.
Bark.
The hard outer layer of a tree, a sound made by dogs or some other animals.
Examples:
Trees with rough bark. Bark at the moon. He removed the bark from the tree.
Beetle.
An insect having a hard shell-like back covering its wings.
Examples:
Beetle browse. A beetle larva. In ancient civilizations, the scarab beetle was worshipped as a sacred creature.
Underneath.
Under or below something else.
Examples:
Underneath the surface of the water. Underneath the laughter. The penny fell underneath the piano.
Spot.
A particular location or place, a small round or roundish area, differing in color or feels from the surface around it.
Examples:
Beauty spot. A spot on his honor. This remote spot is rarely visited.
Stash.
To store or hide something in a safe or secret place, especially for future use.
Examples:
Stash gems in a safe. Stash your phone. He stashed away a large amount of money in a Swiss bank.
Insect.
Any small creature that has 6 legs and a body divided into 3 sections.
Examples:
Insect antenna. Insect biology. These insects are more prevalent above a certain latitude.
Specimen.
An individual example or sample of something, typically used to represent a larger group or category.
Examples:
Specimen collection. Botanical specimen. The biology teacher showed the students a frog specimen so they could examine its anatomy.
Spray.
A fine mist of liquid that is dispersed into the air. Flower arrangement consisting of a single branch or shoot bearing flowers and foliage.
Examples:
A spray of mist. An insect spray. The artist used a spray paint can to create a graffiti mural on the wall.
Fluid.
A substance that can flow and is not solid.
Examples:
Plenty of fluids. Fluid assets. She was diagnosed with a fluid buildup in her lungs.
Scald.
To burn or painfully affect with hot liquid or steam.
Examples:
Scald the milk. Scald my tongue. Be careful not to scald yourself with the hot water.
Tongue.
A movable mass of muscle tissue covered with mucous membrane that is in the mouth, a language.
Examples:
Native tongue. Tongue cancer. The tongue is boneless, but it is as strong as bones.
Assailant.
A person who physically attacks or aggressively criticizes another person or group.
Examples:
An assailant with a knife. Masked assailant. The victim identified her assailant in a police lineup.
Bombardier.
A person who operates the bomb sites and releases bombs from a bomber aircraft.
Examples:
Bombardier aircraft. Bombardier roll. The enemy's bombardier dropped the bombs on the target.
Jellyfish.
A marine creature with a soft, jelly-like body and tentacles for stinging.
Examples:
Spineless jellyfish. Jellyfish sting. The beach was filled with hundreds of jellyfish, so swimming was not recommended.
Salamander.
Any of various, typically terrestrial amphibians that resemble lizards and that return to water only to breed.
Examples:
Terrestrial salamander. Semi-aquatic salamander. We plan to raise a giant salamander as a pet.
Toxic.
Of or relating to or caused by a poison, poisonous.
Examples:
Toxic molecule. Exposure to toxic chemicals. This chemical compound is 1,000-fold more toxic.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Spew.
To eject forcefully and abundantly, to flow out rapidly and in large amounts.
Examples:
Spew carbon dioxide. Spew insults. The volcano started to spew lava and ash, causing panic among residents.
Poisonous.
Containing or producing toxic substances, harmful or dangerous to living beings, often causing illness, injury, or death, capable of causing serious harm or destruction.
Examples:
Poisonous plants. Poisonous chemicals. Some species of poisonous snakes can be deadly to humans if bitten.
Liquid.
A substance, such as water or oil that flows freely, and is neither a solid nor a gas.
Examples:
Colorless liquid. Hazardous liquid. The sponge takes up the liquid well.
Gland.
A group of cells in an animal's body that produce substances needed by the body and release them through ducts or directly into the bloodstream.
Examples:
The function of the thyroid gland. A mammary gland. The adrenal glands produce steroids.
Abdomen.
The part of the body between the chest and pelvis that contains the stomach, intestines, liver, pancreas, and other organs, the posterior part of an insect's body, typically divided into segments.
Examples:
Abdomen pain. Insect abdomen. The weightlifter used his strong abdomen muscles to lift the heavy barbell.
Caustic.
Sharply critical or sarcastic, often in a way that is hurtful or damaging to others, capable of burning, corroding, dissolving, or eating away by chemical action.
Examples:
Caustic comments. Caustic chemical. The caustic remarks made by the boss caused many employees to resign.
Substance.
The real physical material of which a thing or person consists, the most important or main part of some idea or experience, an illegal drug.
Examples:
An explosive substance. Substance abuse problem. The substance of the argument was well presented.
Eject.
To force someone to put out or leave a particular place or position.
Examples:
Eject a player from a game. Eject huge amounts of pollutant. Our immune system can eject disease germs from the body.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Compound.
An item composed of two or more distinct elements combined, a chemical formed by the combination of two or more elements.
Examples:
Aquatic compound. Harmful compound. Common salt is a sodium and chlorine compound.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Resistance.
The act of defending oneself from an aggressor or refusing to accept something.
Examples:
Resistance movement. Resistance to insulin. The bill to increase the consumption tax had passed despite much resistance from the public.
Ingredient.
One of the things used to make something, especially one of the foods used to make a particular dish.
Examples:
Secret ingredients. Compound the ingredients. Greed is the primary ingredient in the making of criminals.
Poison.
A substance that can cause illness, injury, or death when ingested, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin, something harmful, malicious, or toxic, the act of damaging or ruining a relationship. Verb, to introduce a substance into something or someone harmful and potentially deadly.
Examples:
Poison ivy. Poison bilateral relations. The plant's leaves contain a deadly poison that can cause hallucinations and seizures.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Chamber.
A large room used for a formal, public, or particular purpose, one of the parts of a parliament.
Examples:
A gas chamber. The lower chamber. The surgeon made an incision in the chambers of the patient's heart.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Valve.
A device for controlling the flow of a fluid or gas through a pipe or duct by means of a movable part that opens, closes, or restricts the opening.
Examples:
electromagnetic valve, valve control. The valve on the pipeline was leaking, so maintenance had to shut it off to make repairs.
Combine.
To join or merge to form a single thing or group.
Examples:
combine chemically with another substance. Combine augmented reality. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Corrosive.
Having the ability to corrode or erode a material or substance, causing damage or deterioration over time, harmful or destructive.
Examples:
corrosive substance. Corrosive effect. The corrosive acid ate away at the metal pipes.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Tissue.
An ensemble of similar cells of the animal or plant that together carry out a specific function.
Examples:
a facial tissue. Loss of muscle tissue. The researcher separated the nervous tissue for microscopic examinations.
Similarly.
In almost the same way.
Examples:
similarly situated. Have similarly great abilities. We argue that wages for temporary workers should similarly rise.
Venom.
A toxic substance produced by an animal, typically a snake or insect, and injected into prey or an enemy by biting or stinging.
Examples:
the venom of a lizard. Injected venom. The snake's venom is highly toxic and can be fatal to humans.
Harpoon.
A spear-like weapon used for fishing or hunting sea creatures such as whales or sharks. A sharp tool used for piercing or impaling something. Verb, to hunt or capture a fish or other sea creature using a spear-like instrument called a harpoon.
Examples:
harpoon fishing. Harpoon the giant octopus. The whaling industry declined as countries began to ban the use of harpoons.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Nematicist.
A specialized stinging cell found in the tentacles of cnidarians, such as jellyfish and sea anemones, used for protection and capturing prey.
Examples:
Nematicist discharge. Nematicist injection. The nematocysts on jellyfish tentacles can cause a painful sting.
Venomous.
Extremely poisonous or injurious, containing or producing venom, marked by deep ill will.
Examples:
The venomous jellyfish's sting. Have venomous eyes. The venomous snake bit him, causing him to go into shock.
Flesh.
The soft substance composing the body of a person or animal, as opposed to bones and other structures.
Examples:
Grow in flesh. Flesh eating. The flesh of the fruit is sweet and juicy.
Clot.
A thick mass or lump of coagulated liquid, especially blood, a group of people or things that form an obstructive, unsympathetic, or resistant force.
Examples:
Blood clot. Clot prevention. The clot in the blood vessel required immediate medical attention.
Compartment.
A separate section or part of a larger enclosed space, such as a train carriage or a ship's cabin.
Examples:
Compartment door. A watertight compartment. The train's compartment was small but comfortable.
Fang.
A long, pointed tooth, typically in the upper jaw, used for biting and chewing, as in snakes and some other animals.
Examples:
Fang mark. Poison fang. The vampire bared its fangs and growled.
Prey.
The object of a hunt, an animal hunted or trapped for eating.
Examples:
Prey of beast. Become prey to terrorists. The majority of snakes swallow their prey whole.
Predator.
An animal whose natural behavior is to prey on others.
Examples:
Apex predator. Sexual predators. The native South American animals were in danger because of the predator's arrival.
Employ.
To give somebody a job and pay them for it, to make use of.
Examples:
Employ job seekers. Employ a new method. When making arrests, police officers frequently employ excessive force.
Built-in.
Included as an integral part of something.
Examples:
Built-in feature. Built-in battery. The new car had a built-in navigation system.
Biochemical.
Relating to the chemical processes and substances that occur within living organisms.
Examples:
Biochemical reaction. Complex biochemical. Biochemical research is essential to understanding the complex chemical reactions in living organisms.
Viper.
Venomous snake.
Examples:
Brood of vipers. Viper poison. The pit viper coiled up, ready to strike at its prey.
Manufacture.
To make goods in large numbers, usually in a factory using machines.
Examples:
Manufacture an enzyme. Manufacture a product. The majority of synthetic vitamins are manufactured from oil.
Protein.
A molecule made up of a long chain of amino acids, which is essential for the structure and function of the body's tissues.
Examples:
Stress protein. Protein synthesis. The body needs a certain amount of protein to build and repair tissues.
Bind.
To tie or fasten someone or something tightly with rope, string, etc., so that they cannot move or are held together strongly.
Examples:
Bind the man's hands. Bind old letters into a bundle. The company's rules bind the employees' working hours.
Inactivate.
To make something idle or inoperative, to release from military service or remove from the active list of military service.
Examples:
Inactivate growth factor. Inactivate the vaccine. The system for purifying the air uses UV light to inactivate microorganisms.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Dart.
A small narrow-pointed object, sometimes with feathers, to help it fly, that is thrown or shot. Verb, to move along rapidly and lightly.
Examples:
Blow dart. Dart here and there. A poison dart hit him.
Toxin.
A poisonous substance produced by a living organism, such as a plant, animal, or microorganism, a chemical compound that can cause harm or illness to a living organism.
Examples:
Toxin exposure. Toxin production. Mold exposure can release dangerous toxins into the air.
Mechanism.
A part of a machine, or a set of parts that performs a task, a natural or established process that occurs during a specific situation or reaction.
Examples:
The mechanism for DNA replication. Defense mechanism. He discovered unique mechanisms for photochemical reactions.
Bitter.
Having a sharp, unpleasant taste, characterized by strong feelings of resentment, disappointment, or cynicism.
Examples:
Feel bitter. Bitter disappointment. The bitter taste of the medicine made it difficult to swallow.
Alkaloid.
A class of naturally occurring chemical compounds that are found in plants and contain nitrogen atoms. Alkaloids have a wide range of pharmacological effects and include many drugs, such as caffeine, morphine, and cocaine.
Examples:
Alkaloid compound. Alkaloid extraction. The medicine contained an important alkaloid that helped treat the patient's illness.
Accumulate.
To collect or acquire a large number of things over a long period of time.
Examples:
Accumulate cash value. Accumulate evidence. He has accumulated his wealth through real estate investments.
Consume.
To spend something, especially fuel, energy, or time, in a large amount.
Examples:
Consume a large of alcohol. Consume electricity. A smaller car will consume less fuel.
Arthropod.
A type of invertebrate animal with a segmented body, jointed limbs, and an exoskeleton, including insects, spiders, crustaceans, and centipedes.
Examples:
Arthropod exoskeleton. Small arthropod. The classification of arthropods is constantly evolving as new species are discovered, and genetic studies provide new insights into their evolutionary relationships.
Mite.
A tiny arachnid-like creature that is related to ticks and spiders and often lives as a parasite on plants or animals.
Examples:
House dust mite. A mite of evidence. The mite infestation in the old house was a serious problem for the residents.
Ant.
A very small insect that lives under the ground or in a mound in highly organized groups.
Examples:
A white ant. Ant bite. We can find many large ant mounds in this area.
Receptor.
An organ having nerve endings that respond to stimulation such as heat or cold and makes the body react in a particular way.
Examples:
Cellular receptor. Receptor for HIV in humans. Hay fever occurs when a substance called histamine binds to receptors in the nose and eyes.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Nicotine.
A colorless, oily, poisonous chemical compound found in tobacco leaves, which is highly addictive and acts as a stimulant, affecting the nervous system.
Examples:
Nicotine patch. Nicotine replacement therapy. Smoking cigarettes exposes the body to high levels of nicotine, which can be addictive.
Grain.
Wheat or any other small hard seeds used as a food, a relatively small granular particle of a substance.
Examples:
A grain of sand. Flour made from grain. Ordinary air purifiers cannot adequately remove pollen grains.
Molecular.
Of or relating to molecules, equals a group of two or more atoms held together by attractive forces known as chemical bonds.
Examples:
Molecular structure. Molecular biology. Molecular weight is the sum of all the atoms.
Neurotoxin.
A poisonous substance that damages or destroys nerve tissue and causes neurological damage or dysfunction. A toxin that specifically targets the nervous system.
Examples:
Snake neurotoxin. Lethal neurotoxin. Certain types of fish contain neurotoxins that can harm humans if ingested.
Slide.
To move or cause to move smoothly along a surface without interruption.
Examples:
Slide a card across the table. Slide a glance. If necessary, you can slide the front seats forward.
Cascade.
A small waterfall or series of small waterfalls, a succession of stages or operations or processes or units.
Examples:
Cascade connection. Transistor cascade. The cascade of waterfalls in the national park was a breathtaking sight.
Electrical.
Relating to electricity.
Examples:
An electrical storm. Degree in electrical engineering. Actuators convert electrical pulses into motion.
Paralysis.
A condition in which you are unable to move or lose control of part or most of the body because of illness or injury.
Examples:
Moral paralysis. Paralysis in the leg. Massive demonstrations lead to total paralysis of transportation.
Unconscious.
In the state of lacking awareness and the capacity for sensory perception, especially as the result of a head injury or illness.
Examples:
Unconscious bias. A person who is unconscious. I know his unconscious habit that he touches his face when he lies.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples.
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples.
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Exert.
To put forth effort, to put into action, to bring into play.
Examples.
Exert control. Exert influence. He exerted himself to lift the heavy weight.
Adverse.
Unfavorable or harmful.
Examples.
Adverse circumstances. Adverse reaction. The adverse weather conditions forced us to cancel the outdoor event.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples.
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Garter.
A band or strap worn around the leg to hold up stockings or socks, a decorative band worn on the arm or wrist.
Examples.
Garter snake. Lace garter. The groomsmen all wore matching garter belts with their suits.
Din.
A loud, confused noise, a loud, persistent racket.
Examples.
Din of traffic. Mighty din. The din of the city was overwhelming.
Resistant.
Not affected by something, especially changes or new ideas, of or relating to immunity, to disease or infection.
Examples.
Penicillin-resistant bacteria. Resistant to persuasion. Insects in urban areas are becoming resistant to insecticides.
Quantity.
The amount or number of something, magnitude.
Examples.
Half quantity. Residual quantity. In southward, the average annual water quantity increases.
Ramp.
A sloping surface connecting two levels or inclines, typically used for the movement of people, vehicles, or goods.
Examples.
The ramp of a chasm. An exit ramp. The wheelchair user needed a ramp to access the building's entrance.
Evolutionary.
Relating to or denoting how living things develop or change from earlier forms.
Examples:
Ecology and evolutionary biology. The evolutionary process. Evolutionary algorithms can find ways to optimize that humans do not anticipate.
Grasshopper.
Large jumping insect, used to symbolize restlessness or ephemerality.
Examples:
Grasshopper mice. Grasshopper species. The grasshopper leaped from one blade of grass to another.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Scorpion.
A small creature similar to an insect with a segmented body, a pair of pincers, and a long, thin tail that ends in a venomous sting.
Examples:
Scorpion fish. Poisonous scorpion. The scorpion's venom can be lethal to humans.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Horned.
Having or bearing horns or horn-like projections, resembling the shape or appearance of a horn.
Examples:
Horned animal. Horned beetle. The ram stood proudly with its large, curved, horned head.
Lizard.
A reptile that has a relatively long body, 2 pairs of legs, and a tapering tail.
Examples:
Giant lizard. Lizard leather. The lizard's tail regenerates if severed.
Harvest.
Yields of plants in a single growing season, the period of the year when gathering occurs on a farm.
Examples:
A scanty harvest. Reap a harvest. During harvest, farmers are incredibly busy.
Plasma.
Biology, the yellow-colored liquid component of blood, in which blood cells are suspended. Physics, one of the 4 fundamental states of matter, consisting of positive ions and free electrons.
Examples:
Plasma membrane. High-temperature plasma. Blood plasma makes up about half of the volume of blood.
Slug.
A common name for any terrestrial gastropod mollusk that appears to lack a shell with soft and black or brown color, a bullet, a shot of alcoholic drink.
Examples:
Lazy slug. Reduce slug damage. I spotted a large slug in the rainy garden.
Mucus.
A slimy liquid produced inside the nose and other body parts for lubrication, protection, etc.
Examples:
Airway mucus, nasal mucus. When the body temperature drops, mucus secretion fails.
Repurpose.
To use something again for a different purpose than it was originally intended.
Examples:
Repurpose an old building. Repurpose a used car. The old barn was repurposed into a modern event space.
Toad.
A small, tailless amphibian with dry, warty skin and short legs, a person who is disliked or contemptible.
Examples:
Enormous toad. Toad in the hole. The horny toad sat on a lily pad, croaking in the moonlight.
Swallow.
To make food, drink, pills, etc., pass down your throat into your stomach. Noun, small long-winged songbird noted for swift, graceful flight and the regularity of its migrations.
Examples:
Swallow a handful of pills. A swallowtail. I swallowed my anger and kept quiet.
Tolerate.
To allow something to exist or happen, even if it is disliked or opposed.
Examples:
Tolerate his disrespectful behavior. Tolerate ambiguity. I can't tolerate spicy food, and it always gives me heartburn.
Distasteful.
Unpleasant or offensive to the sense of taste.
Examples:
Distasteful to her. Distasteful remark. The food served at the dinner party could have been more appealing and distasteful.
Spit.
To eject saliva or other liquid from the mouth.
Examples:
Spit a bullet. Spit a mouthful of saliva. She tried to spit out the gum that she had been chewing.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Mystery.
Something difficult to understand or explain, a secret or enigmatic quality that adds to the fascination or interest of something. A genre of fiction that involves the solution of a crime or a puzzle.
Examples:
Mystery novel. Unsolved mystery. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of the traveler has yet to be solved by authorities.